Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying what you are hearing. Now, on to today's story. Husband, M57, blames porn addiction on me, F57. Second marriage, my husband of 15 years has a porn addiction, or so he says. I am not discrediting porn addictions by saying that they don't exist, I just have a hard time believing that is the case with me. I feel that it's a convenient excuse for my husband to keep doing what he is doing. Early on our relationship, I knew he liked to watch porn, but I had no idea how out of control it was. I blame myself for not walking away and marrying him anyway. In our 15-year history, I've caught him in numerous lies, mostly about his need to flirt with women in his business, and I've read emails which I feel were inappropriate that he was exchanging with other women. Always had an excuse, always blamed me for snooping. About 7 months ago we stopped having sex. He blames me because we always argue about not having sex. It puts pressure on him to perform, yet he never stopped watching porn. He can't get an erection, and is unable to perform with me, yet he's able to do so only when he watches porn. In January I looked on his email and found that he snooped on his ex and paid for a background check for her address, phone, number, and email. She lives in another state. In June, I found a small tablet that he was hiding, and I tried to grab it. It turns out he has a secret email account. He deleted all the emails, but he didn't delete the sent emails, and I found 30 pictures of himself that he sent to someone. I also found he had an online dating profile. He told me it was just something he did for his addiction. I don't believe he is having a physical relationship with anyone, as I know his whereabouts most of the time, but I can't say that for sure. I asked for divorce after all of this happened, and he begged for another chance, told me he would see a therapist and go to meetings for his addiction, and so like a fool I believed him. He occasionally goes to meeting, and since this all happened in June I've found another device that he's hiding, along with a thumb drive with a recording of himself masturbating while watching porn, and a piece of paper with an email address. I don't know if the email address belongs to his ex. I'm not sure it matters at this point. As I write this, I truly feel like the biggest asshole. My husband refuses to have sex. I know he watching porn, maybe speaking to his ex-girlfriend and or others, blames me for all of it, and yet I'm still hopeful that he will make a miraculous turnaround. WFD is wrong with me. I'm a fairly attractive woman, I work out, try to look my best for my husband. I cannot even begin to describe what this had mentally done to me. I feel betrayed, lied to, not good enough for him, and unattractive. Don't why it's so hard to leave him even if I know it's what I have to do. Are codependents usually victims of gaslighting? First, I want to thank this community for opening my eyes. I've been gaslighted by my husband. I've never even heard the word in regard to relationships until I read it here. Before joining here, I started to keep a journal of all the dates and times that I've had that gut feelings because I thought I was losing it. I have zero confidence and self-esteem. I'm so stressed out that I'm losing my hair. Backstory: husband of 15 years is a porn addict. He's been addicted for a while, but I never knew how bad it was. I found a device he was hiding. He belongs to several dating websites, and I believe he's exchanged pictures/texts with other women. He hasn't touched me for over a year. Although I've known about it, about everything, I haven't been able to walk away, always giving him one more chance to disrespect me and treat me like a doormat. My therapist said early on in our sessions that I was a codependent. I was in love with the idea of being in love. In reading the experiences of others, I believe that it fits me. This is what he's done, plant seeds of doubt, telling me I'm overthinking and that I'm making my imagination reality. Blames me for his inability to sexually perform. When I address a lie or something I've found, He plays the victim, blaming me for invading his privacy rather than the fact that he lied and betrayed me. Tells me I'm selfish, needy, insecure, egocentric and a martyr. Makes me feel guilty for doubting him, always questioning my motive and memory. He defends and lies so well, that even though I have evidence, he'll say that I'm imagining it and he's not going to stay if I don't trust him. Says that my insecurity about him not touching me, sexually, for over a year is my problem. He's not responsible for how I feel. He's compared how I interact with my friends and family as a sign of a personality disorder that I have that affects our relationship. Thankfully, now that I've realized what is going on, it just confirms that I need to leave this relationship. Unfortunately, due to finances, I have to live this way for another few months. I've made a promise to myself to take care of me and make me a priority moving forward. My husband has a secret Snapchat account. Can I find out what he's up to without him knowing? Need support. Hi all, although I am leaving my husband due to years of PA and EAs, it won't happen for a few months as I get myself and my legal things together. In the meantime, I'm second guessing myself as usual as I hear from him how he's changed, he's not still active on porn sites, and how he's not talking to anyone. He's got an active subscription to a dating/hookup site. I have been trying to access his computer, yes, it's a shared one, but he changed his password, and I tried to access his phone but he keeps his phone locked up. However, at one point when he was using it, I happened to see he has a Snapchat app. I know his username. I'm not very familiar with this app. I only assume that he's watching porn or talking to someone, and as sad as it sounds, knowing for sure would make it much easier to cut the ties. His gaslighting skills are very good. Is there any way for me to find out what he's up to? Do I have to friend him in order to see who he's following, or talking with? Any help would really be appreciated. Waiting for D-Day feels like I'm waiting in hell. Need support. Because of financial issues that need to be taken care of, I can't confront my husband on what I have found and ask him divorce for another few weeks. As I sit and watch him lie to my face on a daily basis, I feel like the biggest a-hole allowing him to continue to do what he's doing. I feel worthless, without any self-respect, that I have allowed him to lie to me and treat me this way. It has gotten so much worse than I could have imagined. The more I dig, the more I find. I found CC bills in the thousands for porn. He has a dating profile with pictures. He tells me he's busy at work and can't talk when we speak during the day, and yet I can see he's online because I see it on his dating profile. I have 3 weeks to go before I confront him, and I sit home day after day, depressed, helpless, not even wanting to take a shower or go for a walk. I am speaking with a therapist, but waiting for my marriage to be over is a horrible experience that I would not wish on my worst enemy. So sad and depressed, awaiting D-Day. Need support. Hi all, D-Day is in a few weeks and I'm so sad and depressed that this day is coming. I've gathered as much evidence as possible and tied up a couple of legal things. He has no idea I'm doing this. It's so hard pretending all is well when I feel nauseous every day with a pit in my stomach. I feel I've aged so much in the last 6 months. As I wait for the day, I know he's still watching porn and lying that he's not chatting with other women on a dating website. Yesterday I asked him point blank if he was on any sites and talking to anyone, and he lied to my face as I'm looking at his profile picture. He's so good at lying and I feel so stupid for believing them all these years. I know that his porn addiction and online dating stint is not because of me, it's his struggle, but I hurts nonetheless. Has this man ever been truthful with me? Has he ever loved me? Because if he did, he would sacrifice all to fix our marriage. He has made so many promises, I have forgiven him so many times, and I feel in doing so I've enabled him, which makes me feel guilty as hell. I wish I'd been stronger to enforce those boundaries years ago. I'm really struggling seeing a future without him and being alone in our home with all these memories. Edited, Grammar. D-Day didn't go as planned. Need support. So after planning for D-Day and waiting, March 1st was the original date. I found that he has an online dating account with pictures posted. I've known for a few weeks, but I became so enraged that he was online while he was in the house that I exploded. I left the home for a night and came back to find him packed with an apartment already waiting. He's going to a hotel tonight until his apt is ready. We finally sat and we had an honest conversation for once. He said that he loves me but doesn't love me as his wife, and he feels that's why he disrespects boundaries. He didn't cross boundaries with his ex-girlfriend before me because she left him and he had to chase her. So basically I'm a chump, and he knows that even if he crossed the line, I'd take him back. I have to be honest and say that it was very hurtful. I'm really embarrassed and so disgusted with myself. I feel I have no self-respect anymore. He acknowledges he ducked up, he took complete responsibility, didn't make excuses for himself and basically said he wanted to be alone. I already know I'm an Australian dollar's hole for staying with him for so many years. I don't know why I'm not strong enough to put an end to it and move on. I asking him to change his mind and come home and he's treating and talking to me like ST. The thought of me being alone in our house without him is crippling and really getting to me. I feel overwhelmed. I had a panic attack a few hours ago. I'm having a really hard time with this. I can see how people want to end it all to end the pain. So sorry that you are going through this. Cheaters will do this every time. If boundaries are not respected, they will think they can get away with it. Lots of broken people out there who have no business being in relationships. I never understood boundaries before reading about them here. Not enforcing them is 100% the reason I am in my situation. His defective character and affair is also why you are here. Please see an attorney and make copies of all financials, 401k, bank accounts, savings, tax docs, titles to cars, deeds and house. You should get half of everything and half back of what he spent on his mistress. Get his credit report and check for credit cards that you didn't know about. You need a lawyer because you are still liable for half of the marital debt, which he can still run up, until you file. A crushed life is far easier to rebuild on a sound financial cushion. Look, hating yourself for imaginary flaws may be enjoyable for a day or two, but the truth is that you gave the relationship 100%. He chose to cheat and he chose to ignore his vows and destroy your life. Let him leave, get your revenge by making sure you get a fair settlement and that you can start clean. Call a therapist. Your SDBX is full of drama that can be both traumatic and addicting. See trauma bonding. You need a lawyer and a therapist on your side until this is over. Please also read chumplady.com. You are not alone. This behavior by spouses is sadly quite common. Read about it and you will feel much better. There are many who tried as hard as you did, but a marriage takes two people and he just checked out to chase some tail. This is not on you. Yes, please engage a therapist and reach out to your friends. There are a lot of boundaries that reasonable people don't need to explicitly state. Don't beat yourself up that he has crossed the most egregious boundary between spouses. That's on him. 100% care to share what you read about boundaries. I'd like to know too. Being clear and concise about what you will not accept and walking away if crossed. There is tons of info on this sub. Hey, this is a blessing. The trash took itself out. Implement 180 and no contact. Don't pull back what you are already getting ready to let go of. His being a jerk to you is a gift. He is setting you free. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Make 2021 the year you turn the focus back to yourself. He showed me 15 years ago, I chose not to listen. This one's on me. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Have an awesome day or night, wherever you are.